Where did we leave off last time? We left off right here. Well, this used to be like a normal view. I just made it modal, and we're gonna roll with this. I don't have a mouse today, so we're gonna see if that's gonna give us too much trouble, and if yes, then we'll adjust. So the idea is we're gonna have a form wizard, using Elixir LiveView, and we need to replace this with that form. Okay, so I have my basic workflow. This is where we left off last time. We have some steps and we have some buttons. So if we do next, this is going to take me to the next. If we go previous, this is going to take me to previous. We're going to do 3 steps for now, just username, email, and password. Where I'm going to start today is I'm going to build the actual forms. So I'm going to make a little panel here on the background. It's going to be a bunch of CSS and front end, but that's fine. So I'm going to start with the username, the email, the password, and then I'm going to submit all of that and create a user. Let's see how it goes. So first of all, what I want to do is first I'm going to fix this guy here. I'm going to create a div with, let's use my emmet. So emmet is going to be white background panel. To complete that, this is gone. I'm going to have that there. Remove the buttons for now because the buttons are going to be part of the steps inside of the form. And on my components, on my actual components, I'm going to have the form, and I'm going to have a label. Whoop. I'm not going to have this for now, maybe never. And I'm going to have an input, and this is going to be a type input, and just username, placeholder. This is not optional. I don't like that form, so we'll style it here in a moment, and we'll have a button which the button would just be this, and essentially we're gonna pass in what event to trigger from the parent LiveView. That way we have all in one place. So this is what I mean. I'm gonna have the event that should be triggered here. Is gonna be save username. Let's do this one right away as well. So save email, and then we're gonna pass those in as an event. So it's gonna be steps, current, event, and here on the bottom live view, we're gonna do the button is gonna be phx click. Ooh, maybe we should do the form. Let's see how we do that. The form, we do phx submit, and that's gonna be my event. So here we're gonna do the event. I think I should do it like this. So essentially, when we press the button or we hit enter, this is gonna call the event that we're gonna handle on the parent live view, which is gonna be save username. So we have to handle the event. It will be save username like this. I made an error last time. This is not the session, this is on params. This is gonna go away anyway, but I just wanna fix it now because, you know, wanna get that nomenclature right. So we're gonna save the username. We're gonna do some params here. I think there's gonna be stuff that's gonna be populated. This is gonna be the socket. And for now, I'm just gonna inspect these params. Params. And we're gonna return the socket. That should be okay. Let's see here if this is going to show us anything. Okay. Okay. So that worked. The event is handled, saved username. There's no parameters. There's no parameters because I think this needs to have a name. So let's have a name for it. This needs to have a name here. So this is going to be name, username. And that's my parameter. So essentially what I want to do with that is I want to save it and I want to keep going to the next part of the form. Yeah. Before I move on, I want to style this a little bit. So this username, I want it to add a new class. So this is going to be text, gray color. And this is just going to be color. What color am I using here? We can check the registration new. So the color is this. The color is this. And where am I? Here. Label class. Gray. No. Text. Gray. Let's get rid of this color because it's kind of obvious. So just text gray. Perfect. I want my form to not be like that. I want the form to be like okay, we'll see. But I want the form to be like that background color. So we'll copy the styles from withdrawals. This is pay invoice input. Let's see where that is. Pay invoice input. Pay invoice input. So app CSS. Let's see. Pay invoice input. Ooh, interesting. That doesn't exist. So basically it's getting the styles from this one because that's inside of this and it's an input. So is this styles so I'm just going to create a couple classes here. The first one is background white. The reason I'm doing this is because I think eventually all of this will be replaced by Tailwind, and that means that all of these classes are going to go away, and I'm just going to have to change them for the Tailwind classes. Border none. Border radius 0, none. Let's say font size medium, whatever. Height medium. We're kind of rolling with this. And margin bottom 0, margin bottom 0. So my thing here would have all of those classes. It would be white background. Let's do white BG. Background white. BG white. Let's do bg white. Let's see if that's working. Not working. Okay, yeah, this is loading. Yeah, so I wanted it to look like this. So I'm just gonna restart my server because something is going on. So okay, that's a white background. I like the border actually. We're gonna take it away. I like the radius actually. It's not bad. I am gonna change the font size. So font size medium. That's good. What else? I'm gonna add some margins up and down on the bottom. Let's see, height medium. I think I want this a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to do pixels here actually. So this is going to be 16 pixels. And small is going to be, let's do 13 pixels. 16. Oh yeah. So let's do small. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, sure, why not? Like that. And the height, I'm gonna keep it. So this is gonna be, I think 1 EM is like 16. So let's say 30 pixels. If I have a small, let's say 15 pixels. Let's see if that changes anything. So small doesn't change a thing, so I'm just gonna remove that. I think this is probably just determined by the font size, so I'm not gonna have that here. And that's fine. Now we're gonna add some margins. So I want some utilities, margin top 1, margin top, let's do 2 pixels. This is, let's do 4. Let's do Fibonacci. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's do, this is 5. This is 8. 6. Let's define it until 10. 10. So this is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. And so we're 5, 8, 13, 21. That's probably too big of a difference now. So Fibonacci is fine until here. But then I don't like such a difference. I'm just gonna do 18. And this is like, I don't know, 24. Let's say this is, I don't know, 32. And this is 40. Let's see if we can do with those. And we're missing 1, we're missing 0. So margin top 0. There's probably a much more scientific way of doing this, but we're not scientists here. And we have margin top, we have margin bottom. margin bottom, margin bottom, and top, bottom, no, top, no, yeah, no. So this is bottom, bottom. Okay, no, let's do this like this. Top. Oh, okay. We'll just do it manually. Margin bottom. I know there's a much better way of doing this, but bottom, 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 bottom. So that's there. Let's see, this is, yeah, no errors there. On the username, let's just put in the input. So on the input, it's gonna be margin top 3. Ooh. Five. Yeah, that's working. 7, 6. Margin bottom 6. I know there's some margin merging here happening, so maybe we'll just do that on the bottom. Margin bottom, margin top 6. Maybe 5. Okay, so this copy type a username. This copy will probably change. Right, let's say right. And we also need to style that button, because that button looks not very good. Oh, there is also, I'm gonna also add some utilities for padding. So padding 0. Padding 0. Padding 1. Let's say this is 2. Padding 2. Let's do 4. Padding 3. Let's do 8. Nah. 6. Padding 4. It's 9. Hey, just, I don't know. Padding 5. Margin 5 was 8. Yeah, so this is gonna become unmanageable. Let's see. Let's see what Tailwind uses. Maybe here. I have no idea. Margin top 2. Oh. Okay. This is just, I'm not gonna look through 38 pages. Margin sizes, tailwind. Okay. Okay, I see. Let's see if I search margin left 2.5. Where am I gonna see this? Oh boy. This is crazy. Okay, so it goes 2 by 2. Sorry, 4 by 4. Okay, we'll do that then. So 0 is 0, 1 is 4, 2 is 8, 3 is 12. I'm gonna have to change all of this. 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. I'm gonna just do this temp CSS. I'm gonna substitute margin top for margin bottom. Oh. I'm going to substitute top for bottom. Oh. And that's so much easier. So margin top, margin bottom. And I can do the same with padding. So I'm going to substitute margin bottom for P globally. First, I want to see how this looks. And I'm here. So this is margin top. Let's say this is 3 and this is 3. Tailwind has 0.5, 1.5, and 2.5, and 3.5. Let's do that also. Point 5. Can I do that? Let's see. 0.5. I just want to test that this works. So let's say 100 pixels. Nope. 0.5. 0. I'm just not gonna do it then. I'm just gonna go with 0, 4, and 8. We're gonna do padding now, all of you all. And we're gonna substitute margin bottom for padding, all of y'all, and that's fine. We'll see if we need anything else. For now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Maybe I should move that to a separate CSS, but for now it's there. So all of that because I wanted to do padding 2, padding 1, padding 0, please. Padding, padding. I'm looking for you. Yeah, I'm looking for you. Ah. So this is being written here. Let's see if I can do that. And that would change anything. No. This no mouse thing, it's actually a pain. So because of CSS, my other class is taking precedence. Nice. So I just lost all of that work, and I'm going to do something terrible. Yes. All of this is terrible. I needed to have a width of I feel like this is 6 pixels is but that's too little, so I'm gonna do 10. No, I'm gonna do 8, 12, and 16. It's still too little, so it's gonna be 16 and 20. I can live with that. Now I need my width. How do I do the width? Min width. Let's see if I do 300 pixels. Okay. I think that's fine. And the last thing, as you can see, my CSS sucks. The last thing I need to do is the button. So the button is here in the username. There's this withdrawals button that I want to copy. So this is a pay invoice button. This is here. Basically what I want to do is BG dark. Let's see, 900. My colors are all messed up, but I don't really care right now. BG dark border. I'm actually gonna do this before all of this, so I can copy it. Border. I think this is a white border. Border radius 1, 1.5, 1. But 1 would be 4, so too bad. Text. White. This is kind of white, but not really. Font, text, bold. Font size. I already have a font size and I already have a margin top. So let's see how that turns out. I have a margin 3. I'm gonna BG dark. Font size. It's not even size. I'm just gonna do font. Font medium. Yeah, okay. Font medium. Font. No, this is font small. Font medium. Border white. I can't see that, so whatever. Border radius 1. Border radius 1. Yeah, okay. Text white. Text bold. Text red. Yeah, my text is going to be white for sure. And that's it. That's my button. Let's do a little bit more padding at the top. Well, we can play with that in a second. Okay. So that's fine. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. We'll play with it some more. But my username is gonna be ASDF. I'm gonna do a next. This is gonna be calling my handle, which basically what I needed to do is to move on to the next component, to the email, and then we're gonna go style that up. Now that we have the username, it should be pretty similar. So my event is going to be save username. The params that I'm passing is username, so I'm just going to get those from here. Username, username, username. I'm going to add here form params. This is a terrible name. Form data. And it's going to be empty initially. And then I'm going to assign to the socket form data, whatever is in the socket assigns form data, but I'm going to add a username now. So it's going to be that, but the username is going to be username. Username. I don't think I need this anymore. So essentially I'm gonna, okay, yeah. My socket is gonna be equals to socket, and I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna see this. So I need to, okay, I'm just gonna extract everything from here, from data, form data. So I'm gonna get the steps, I'm gonna get the current step, and I'm gonna get the form data that I have so far for my sockets assign. I'm going to, the form data is gonna be, I'm gonna add my username to the form data, and then I'm gonna check if there is a next step. There should always be a next step because this is just the username, but we'll just cover our behinds for now. So if there is a next step, if there is not, we just stay there. If there is a next step, we'll assign the next one. And that's it. We have the socket with the new data, and then this is going away. And the next thing that should be rendered is the email. And this is going to go away. This is going to go away. And on that email, we already have, sorry, on the socket assigns, we already have the username. So let's see if this works. Okay, cuckoo. Oop. Error. Key username not found. Handle event. So you couldn't pattern match against my username. Couldn't find the key on my params. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. This looks like I inspect params and for now let's say you're Bob. Okay, username still not found. Oh, I know what's happening. So this is wrong because this is assuming that the username already exists on this map, but it doesn't exist. So this was fine, this was fine. What I need to do here is my map.put, and my map is form data, and my key is username, and this is username. I could probably use atoms in this map. Maybe it's better, but we'll see. So okay, that should work now. Yay! I have an email. And we'll see when we get to email. We're just gonna copy this guy here. This is gonna be the email. This is gonna be an email. Will be kept private. Next, and that should be all. So we should email, boom, and then when we handle that event, we're gonna pass the correct event, which is save email. When we handle the email, save email. This is gonna be email. Same thing, only that this time is going to be email here, email there, and I'll inspect. Ooh, what happened there? No idea. Final email. Well, final socket. Nope, this is going to be a bunch of things. So maybe I'm going to do here inspect. Email, boom, boom, boom. What should happen there is we should submit the form, yeah? Okay, so I have my username, I have my email, and I have my final thing, which is my assigns, which should have from data empty. Interesting. Or from data only email. Oh. It's empty. Interesting. So this is not working. Let's see if we print all the assigns. This is my username. Username, email. Oh, my assigns. Why is form data empty? I don't get it. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what that gives us. We have a username, we have an email. Okay. Before email is empty and after email is empty. But after email it shouldn't be empty for sure. So let's see, I'm just gonna render here just to make sure that I'm not misreading things. So IO inspect form data. Cannot be rendered. Okay. IO put. Ha ha ha. Let's see what this gives us. So I'm trying to print them up. Let's read through this. I don't really even know what I'm doing here. I don't know. I think I'm doing the assigns correctly in the live view. Who knows? Let's see. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I'm not gonna put it on the map. I'm gonna put it explicitly. So username is gonna be empty first. Email is gonna be empty first. Let's see how we do with that. So username, email. Okay. So fine, nothing. And there was an error. Okay. So when we save the username, there is no form data, nothing like that. So what we do here is we just do username. We reassign the socket variable with a socket assign. So we assign the username data within this socket, and then we return that same socket. And here we do the same thing. So there's, yeah, we'll remove this for now. Form data doesn't exist, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do email, and email is gonna be email, and that's it. And we'll see if that shows up here on the page. So no. Which means username and email. I am so stupid. Now this should work. Oop, not working. Ah, there we go. Okay. I see my mistake. Let's go back here. Okay. So basically, what is happening is the operator passes this as the first parameter. I am passing it here again, so I don't really know what Elixir is doing. So I need to remove that, and I need to remove that, and I think now I'm gonna see them. So boom, boom, boom. Have that, and there we go. Before email, username. Before email, username. So this should have been after email. So boom, boom. Before email, there is only a username. After email, there is username and email. Yeah. That's good though. Now the last thing we need to do is just to add the password. Email is optional, and then once we add the password, we can create the user and do the actual database call. I'm gonna leave this here for now. It's been good. It's been fun.